So then, you may be wondering why I have this massive GPU here, and the story is that I have actually built a new PC. It's right here. You can just about see it right there. I'll do a proper video on it at some point if I can get it there. There it is. Study it. Do whatever you need to do to comprehend this new PC. But in this case, I'm going to be putting a new graphics card in it. At the moment, it's got a temporary graphics card. It's got a GT 1030 in, which is alright. It's a good graphics card, but I think it's time to step it up a gear. So, right here we have a Sapphire Nitro. Don't know what specific GPU is in here, but it's a Sapphire Nitro, that's all I know. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be replacing the thermal paste and also cleaning it up, because I did get this second hand. So without further ado, let's get started. So what I'll need to do is I'll need to remove all of these screws by the looks to even get the cooler and shroud off. So I'll need to find out which bit fits these screws. And judging by the stickers here, no one has opened this because the warranty stickers have not been pierced, so we know that let's try this. That seems to work. I don't think these screws are captive. They're spring loaded though. Need a tray to put, I'll tell you what, I'll just pop them in the lid here. I'll have to put them in different compartments so that I know where they're from. So yeah, the story behind this graphics card is a friend from college actually gave it to me, which was quite nice of him, because he said he didn't want it anymore, so, and he knew that I was building a new PC, so it's, I guess, a nice little gesture. I told him like what graphics card I have in my PC right now, GT 1030, and he said, yeah, nah, that ain't gonna get you by, you need something more powerful, so he gave me this. Kudos for him. Well, kudos to him, I should say. I think, is this screw is strong enough? I know the ratchet won't work. Screws are too loose. How many screws are we left now? Looks like 3. So this top part here is like the sort of the top plate. I don't know what it's called, but I've only recently got into like proper PC gaming. I'm not like you know, I haven't really been much of a gamer all my life. You know, just, I mean, I have played a few video games, but not the big titles or anything like that, so I should just be able to take this off somehow. The shroud should come off. Oh yeah, that's coming loose now. I need to unplug the fans, so just unplug this side. That's if the thing will come off. Oh my gosh, this is quite a challenge to okay, that ain't coming out. Let's try the other connector, which is on the other side. This one seems like it being a bit more promising. Oh, well, that decided to come off now. So now we've just got a bare circuit board with the heatsink and coolers on, but God, these connectors are really hard to get out. Oh, there we go, finally. So now we have access to what is the guts of this GPU. It's got a massive heatsink on, so you know it's going to be powerful. Let's see. Let's try again with this connector. There we are. I've got that connector off. So I think for now we can put this to one side. Now then, I don't know whether or not I have to remove this PCI slot cover. I don't think I do actually, to get the heatsink off. I think it's just a matter of undoing these screws here, which is now going to void the warranty. Which I don't really care about, because I don't really bother with warranties, even though you do get, like, you're supposed to have, like, oh, that's going to be pierced, yep, pierce that sticker. So yeah, building a PC, it was quite, it's quite a challenge in places, like cable management is a challenge and all that. Okay, so now I should be able to take off the cooler somehow. Let's see. Is there another screw I need to remove? I don't think the heatsink is actually attached to the I/O shield. PCI cover or whatever, but I don't think there's any screws that need to come out. Is there? Can you see any screws? I didn't think so. It's not coming out, is it? Oh boy, that is... This is what happens when you don't change the thermal paste. I swear if the thermal... Oh god. There's our thermal paste. But yeah, that's the GPU. Right there. That's our GPU. Now then. The heatsink we can put to the side for now. Some of the other parts. What we're going to do is we need to get some isopropyl or lens cleaner. This is actually lens cleaner, but it should also, it does contain isopropyl alcohol, so it should still get the dried thermal paste. I mean, even if the thermal paste is still okay, it does probably still need to be replaced. Oh yeah, that is dry as a bone, but it does come off easy enough. So, as long as we get the GPU die as clean as possible, it should be good to go. And let's see if you can... there is no markings on the die, it's literally just almost like a mirror, isn't it? It is almost like a sort of mirror, so I mean, if I can get the rest of that thermal paste off, I suppose it doesn't matter because the GPU die is like pretty much clean. One thing you must make sure is that if you're using paper towels like I am, make sure that there is no fluff on the die of the GPU. Now we'll give the cooler a clean, which, yeah, I know what was holding that on. It was all these like thermal pads to use to cool the VRMs and VRAM. You just drop some isopropyl on there. Let it soak for a while. Let it soak in, and then scrub that clean like that. Doing this actually really does improve the thermals or performance of a GPU. And that is saying something. If you notice that a GPU is not performing as well or it's overheating, chances are the thermal paste has completely dried up. So yeah, I will do another video at some point showcasing the performance or what I did with my new PC, which I'm looking forward to doing that because that new PC is actually quite a powerful machine, and it will be even more powerful with this graphics card installed. So then, now I've got to add the thermal paste, and the thermal paste I'll be using is some Arctic MX4. This stuff I've heard is pretty good. So it opens from this side. And take out the tube. Kind of looks like a sort of syringe or injection of some sort, but no, it's thermal compound, and you want the size of a pea really. That should be enough. I got a bit of thermal goop on my thumbnail, so I'm just going to get that off. And now we can see about securing this cooler, well, the actual circuit board to the cooler. So that's gonna go like, I hope it's the right way around. It should be. Yeah, it should be. Making sure, yeah, it is the right way around. Making sure that all the holes line up. It's very important to make sure the holes line up, because that's where the thermal paste gets applied to the die. And there we go. All the holes are lining up now. Now then, there's another method to this, and that is making sure that you put the screws on in the right order. Now, I've seen where you do like a sort of crisscross pattern to make sure that there's even pressure on the GPU die itself. So make sure you do the crisscross pattern. then do bottom right, for me at least. And then of course up there is where the last screw will go. That's the cooler secured. Now then, next order of business is we need to secure the shroud. I mean, that should be alright. Also got a blimmin' notification on my phone. Excuse me for a second while I set my phone to do not disturb. That's better. Should have done that before I started recording. I always forget to turn on do not disturb. Anyways, I should just be able to blow out the dust from this GPU cooler here. I mean, it's not too bad. There is just a little bit of dust, but it's not clogged up with dust or anything like that. So I think they have like cleaned the dust. I mean, the fans actually look pretty good. So I don't think this GPU is used much by the looks. So let's see what we have here. We have two fans, which interestingly, I don't know if interestingly this fan has 5 pins, whereas this one has 4 pins. I don't know if this one's 5 pins. This one is 4 pins. I don't know whether or not that's because one of the fans are an adjustable. I don't know. I really don't know. I haven't owned a graphics card like this before. This is the first time I've ever owned a graphics card of this power before. So I really don't know the proper. Anyway, I'm just going to pop this down here. Make sure that's seated correctly, and I should just be able to connect this fan to the board like that. So I need to just rescue this connector because this is for the other fan. Which seems to plug in this way. There we are, that's in. So now we now have to do the tedious process of putting all the screws back in. That's if I've installed the cooler correctly. Have I? Have I installed this correctly? Oh wait, yes I have. Yes. I was beginning to worry there because there's leftover screws here. That's for this. Which reminds me, this part goes on next. No idea why there's a massive thermal pad here. Like there's nothing. Unless that's also for like the sort of voltage controllers and stuff. And yeah, this goes on here like that. Is that correctly positioned? I believe it is. Where is it? Oh gosh, this is really hard. This is weird because there we go. That's got it, I think. I don't think the cooler was on properly. Let me just make sure, because that's anyways, we'll find out when we start putting screws in whether or not it's lined up. Because that appears to be lined up, so we'll pop this screw in. And then that one. But anyways, I haven't even tested this graphics card yet, so I don't even know if it works. I could have done all this for nothing. So if it doesn't work, then goodness knows. Maybe see if I can get it repaired, but I doubt it. Why did that not go in there? Don't tell me all these screws are different sizes. Oh, they bloody well are, aren't they? I guess you live and you learn, don't you? I think this is another smaller screw that goes in there. I think the longer screws are for the ones that go through the motherboard and the chassis as well. The rest are long screws, I think, so which they go along here. Around this edge. Yeah, working with computer components, quite fun actually. Especially when it comes to PC hardware, because PC hardware is really quite interesting. I actually don't know whether or not whether my PC is going to reject this card or whether it's going to work flawlessly. Okay. Graphics card is now back together. So, shall we put it in the new PC and see if it works? Let's do that now. So then, here's the new PC. Let's open up the panel and let's see what we've got. So here's the GT1030, which I've been using as sort of like a temporary solution, I'd say. But that's going to be coming out for now. I mean, as I said, I don't know if this new GPU works yet, so I'm going to need the extender bit, aren't I? By the way, I got a new screwdriver set. It's that one I want. I need to extend this, so right. Now then, how am I going to get this out? Well, there seems to be a sort of like a release mechanism on the motherboard, so I can just pull out the old graphics card, like so. Oh god, look at this one. This one's tiny compared to the other one. Let's set this one aside for now. Now let's fit this one in. Let's see how that goes. Looks like I'm going to have to unplug the floppy disk drive out of there. That can go off to the side here for now. Oh my gosh, cable management. Oh, this is going to be bloody impossible. I'm going to have to unplug the audio header. Like that, so that I can get the graphics card in, which is going to be a bloody challenge and a half. Let's see now. That should somehow slot in here. Apologise if I move the camera. Oh, there we go. That's slotted in real nice there. Whew. Now I just need to reconnect the audio headers. Man, building PCs is fun. I quite like doing it actually. It's a really nice hobby. This isn't in properly. It does appear to be in properly. Now then, I've got to put the screw back in. Well, that's going to be hard because for whatever reason this screwdriver isn't magnetic. We only have one screw, but it should be okay. Oh shit. God. When I said it wasn't magnetic, I wasn't joking. Let's just hope that did not cause any damage. I think we're okay. Yeah, let's hope to the dragons that that's alright. Okay. We need some extra power. Okay, VGA. So this lot. So we need a 6-pin to go in this one here. And then 8-pin to go this way. So for whatever reason they've separated the 6-pin and 8-pin, I suppose. They did that for compatibility. Okay. That's installed now. Oh, graphics card is successfully installed. Now then, does the thing work? Oh, I just thought, floppy cable, that I'm gonna have to break off blooming another PCI lane so I can post the floppy cable through. Bear with me while I do that. There we are. That's just popped out. I'm not too keen on these. These blimmin' disposable PCIe covers. I prefer the ones where you can actually screw them in. Anyways, floppy cable. Go. Oh, it's a tight squeeze, but I think we can manage. Yeah, we can manage. There we are. So, our graphics card is now installed. Boy, it looks quite nice actually. Nice graphics card. Oh boy. This boy is heavy. So then, we shall see if this thing actually works. Okay then, so the PC is all hooked up and ready to go. Let's see if it turns on, or at least let's see if we get any magic smoke or anything like that. Let's hope we don't get magic smoke, but we'll see. We'll power on. Let's see if we at least get a picture. Got to turn on the monitor first. That'll be a start. If you turn on the monitor, that would be a huge start or huge win. Right. Okay, wait for the monitor to boot up and we shall see if... Oh, okay. Monitor's on. Get ready. Okay. Wish me luck. Oh, we haven't got a signal. So then, after an intense, like, half an hour of troubleshooting, I finally got the thing to work. What was wrong, you might ask, is there was a little switch on the graphics card called, like, I think it was like a BIOS switch of some kind, so I switched that over and that seemed to have fixed the problem. So what we have here is we have we can go into hardware info and we can see what GPU we have. So what we have here, we have an AMD Radeon RX 580. That's pretty good. I quite like that. So I have an RX 580. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to see if there's any Windows updates, because Windows likes to do updates for like drivers and stuff. So we'll go into settings, Windows Update. So I don't think that has anything to do with the graphics card, but I downloaded some drivers for the GPU. So we'll have a look in. Wait, no, my downloads thing. I don't know where I saved it. Bear with me a minute while I look for the blooming downloads. There we are. Oh, so it's here. We'll try running this software again to see what we get. AMD software Adrenaline Edition. That sounds pretty intense. Okay, so we'll no, we'll do that then. So we're just installing the software. I don't know whether it's going to require the computer to restart. By the way, here's the old GPU. Oh, graphics drivers are resetting. Restart required. The screen's refreshing itself, so we're going to have to restart the system. Yes, we're going to restart. Graphics cards don't usually show up on the BIOS screen, so okay, so we are now in the Windows desktop. So we shall see what it's doing now. A lot of AMD bloatware has been installed. I mean, I don't mind. Let's have a look at this AMD stuff, see what it does or what it, entails. Tune your hardware's performance. Oh, we can do a bit of overclocking if we wanted to. But I think we should be fine for now. Let's actually see if we can do some of the benchmarking software. I have the Heaven benchmark installed. I don't remember how you access it. Is it this one, the batch file? It is. We can now run it. So, quality high. Should we do anti-aliasing? We can do ultra, surely we can. Surely we can go for ultra settings. Okay. And let's run it. Also, I'm interested to know what temperatures we get as well, because I did repaste the card. Whether or not we actually applied enough thermal paste. Okay, we're getting 150 FPS. Not getting much to do with temperatures though. I'll tell you what, we'll run the benchmark. We're benchmarking now. That's looking really good. That is really good. Getting a nice smooth amount of FPS here. Crummy, look at that. Getting consistent frame rates as well. I would say definite upgrade to this bloody thing. I mean, it was good, but nowhere near as much as this. This is where it's at. There we are. We have our score. Now then, this is going to be interesting because I did a benchmark with the old GPU, and so I'm going to save my score. Let's see, where did I save? Let's see, there we are. So I saved my scores on this disk right here, so I'm going to insert that into the computer. Let's see, save. So save it on drive A. Okay, so we'll call it new GPU. Okay, we'll save. Okay then. So, we can now exit the program. Okay, we'll just quit for now. So then, I think before we go, we'll have a look at the previous benchmarks we did. So, if we go to, first of all, let's have a look at the benchmark I did on my old PC, like the, you know, the one, the Fujitsu, the one I had before I built the new one. So, let's have a look at that. So that got a score of 310. Right, take note of that. So that was a Core i5 4430 with an NVIDIA GT 630. Okay, keep that in mind. Now let's have a look at the new PC with the old GPU. So with the new PC with the old GPU, so that was the GT 1030, which was the old passively cooled CPU, that got a score of 1524. Okay, now let's have a look at the new GPU. 4526. That is with the new AMD Radeon RX 580. What a performance boost. So, old PC, new PC with old GPU, and then the new GPU installed. We only got 12 FPS with the old PC. New one, 60 FPS average. And the new GPU, what a performance boost that was. So, quite happy with that. Let's probably put, no, I won't bother renaming that. I'm sure I can remember what was in there before. I mean, I might start upgrading CPUs again, which, you know, that'll probably happen at some point. But yeah, that is pretty much all there is to know about. Oh. Okay. As I was saying, that's pretty much all there is to know. I mean, I bought a new, well, I bought new PC parts, I bought my own PC, built a new one, and installed a blimmin' monster of a graphics card in it. So, yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Maybe talk about a detailed look at this brand new PC. I mean, it's quite a nice PC actually. So, anyways, thanks for watching and see you soon.